Nintendo making that big bang. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Games Cage. Today, and only today, we are here to talk about Nintendo's financial report for January to March 31st, where basically Nintendo talked about all about how many Switch units there are, the games they've sold, what's their plan for the rest of the year, how COVID's affecting all that shit, and obviously I felt like, hey, let's talk about that shit, because that's my bread and butter. So first of all, Nintendo Switch hardware sold about 3 million units from the last quarter, so before we were at 52 million units, now we're at 55, which again is really big for the first part of the year, because usually the first quarter of the year is when you see less units for hardware sold, because everyone's recovering from the holiday. You know, usually you're selling a lot of software, but again, 3 million more. I'm thinking by the end of this year, Switch is going to be at around between 65 and 70 million. It would be insane if it hit 70 million. They would need like a really big holiday banger to get to that number, but I do think it's going to be more around 65 to 66 million. If they hit 70, that would be insane and amazing, so I would be all in for that shit. Now, next up, their software, bro, the games keep selling. Let's talk about the big monster. So, Animal Crossing New Horizons. I want you to sit down and process this for a second. So, 13.50 million units worldwide. So, this isn't by March 31st. They gave the worldwide numbers of about 13.50 million, which is fucking nuts, because you have to understand, that means in 6 weeks, it outsold Animal Crossing New Leaf, which was huge on the 3DS. You know, no one would sit there and tell you that New Leaf was not a success or was not big. That game was huge for the 3DS era, and the 3DS, again, 76 million units out there. That's no joke. But the fact that Animal Crossing has managed to surpass those units sold Animal Crossing New Leaf was about 12.50 million in 6 weeks. That is insane. Obviously, you can't escape from Animal Crossing. You're seeing it online everywhere. I'm still playing it. People are still playing it. It's like, it is the game you just can't escape right now. Now, obviously, those sales are going to slow down a bit, but this game is easily heading into the territory of, it's going to be in the top 4, top 5 best-selling Switch games by the end of the year. I mean, you got to think, Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild are at about 17 million units, and Animal Crossing in 6 weeks is at 13.50. Imagine this summer when people are still going to want something to play because Nintendo's got nothing. Imagine this fall when Nintendo's going to have holiday bundles and all this shit. This game is going to sell 20 million units by next year. Easily. By the end of next year, I would not be shocked if we heard of those numbers, because this game is crazy. Now on to other different games, right? We've got obviously some other big numbers. First of all, Mario Bros. U Deluxe hit 6.60 million units. Amazing for a fucking port. It sold better than Mario Maker 2, which Mario Maker 2 is at about 5.6. And again, while Mario Maker 2, you guys know me, I love this game. It clearly was not what they expected it to be. Now, I understand Maker games are for more of a niche, but again, if this game was supported month by month instead of big updates every so often, I feel like it could have been a bigger success. But hey, Mario U thriving. Mario Party 10 selling at about 10.10 million units, bro. A Mario Party game that got not a single drip of DLC. This game didn't even get a fucking patch. Not even a balance patch, not a character costume, nothing. 10 million units, boom, right there, easy. And obviously they're gonna make a sequel. I hope they do, but it would just be crazy if they didn't. But man, insane what Mario Party can do, bro. You don't underestimate the Switch. Next, Splatoon 2 also crossed 10 million units. Again, Nintendo just made this IP, what, 6 years ago now? 5 years ago? And it's one of their best-selling franchises now. They've only got 2 games in. I really am expecting some kind of Splatoon spin-off or a new game sooner than we'd think, because again, this brand is so big now, you can do so much more with it. We've also got Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Sword and Shield. So Eevee and Pikachu sold 11 million.97. So that one's slowing down. It sold about 200,000 units more. From Sword and Shield to the top, all of these basically sold a million or two more. So Sword and Shield is at 17.37 million. Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Breath of the Wild has officially repassed Mario Odyssey. Now, they're really close because Mario Odyssey is at 17.41 and Breath of the Wild is at 17.41 point something. So, it's just by a little bit. But it is crazy to see that Breath of the Wild bounced back up. Now, obviously, it's a game that's still talked about to this day. And not only that, right, it's a game that I feel like the difference is with Mario, a lot of Mario fans have different things to pick, right? You can pick Mario Kart, you can pick Mario Odyssey, you can pick Mario Maker, you can pick a bunch of stuff. Whereas Zelda fans, right, you're really just getting that or Link's Awakening right now. So obviously, Breath of the Wild is an incredible game, but I'm sure it's being boosted by the fact that the Mario Odysseys, the Mario fans have enough of a different fragmentation of what they like, you know? Then obviously Smash Ultimate continues to kill it with an additional million at 18.84 million. And number one, the monster you cannot stop, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Again, this was the most genius best port Nintendo could have ever had. And I genuinely don't think they saw that coming. I'm sure they knew Mario Kart 8 was going to sell well, but the fact that that means there's about more than a third of people who own a Switch have this game. That's like I think that's like a 30% attach rate or some shit, which is insane. Like, that is fucking crazy. And like, kudos to Nintendo for making this port a quality port. I wish they had given it DLC, we all do, but that's that for that. Now, moving away from sales units, which, again, insane stuff, Nintendo making bank, we kind of got to look at the rest of the year, and it's not looking too good, right? They put a little graph where they were like, so we've got Xenoblade coming, we've got DLC for Pokemon coming, we got Clubhouse 51, we got Smash DLC, got Animal Crossing DLC, and Deadly Premonition. So, it's not looking too bright for the year. They had a different board where they showed Metroid Prime 4, Bayonetta 3, and Breath of the Wild as TBD, so I don't think you should expect any of those this year. Maybe if you're lucky, Bayonetta, but I just heavily doubt that. And, you know, it's kind of sad, but look, we kind of expected this. We've been talking about how this year's been a very weird year, so Nintendo even commented about this on their financial meeting, basically saying, you know, I'm not going to read you through all the nerdy bullshit, but basically they were like, we don't know how this is going to affect our production pipeline, whether it's selling Switch software units, because actually they're back to reproducing them at a steady, you know, rate, because they were having shipping issues and stuff. Now it's doing better. But in terms of the games, they're saying this might affect development software, especially working with partners worldwide, because, you know, some of their developers are actually Western, right? Like, you go look at Retro Studios, they're a Western studio. You look at, is it Next Level Games? The guys who made Luigi's Mansion 3, they're Western. So it's a lot of weird stuff. Japan is really, like, in Japan, you really do need that office workspace. The way their culture works better with that. So all this work from home stuff is definitely not helping them. So Nintendo basically said, do not, like, they essentially told you, don't expect big stuff this year. And I'm with them, bro. I think the best you're going to get here is after Xenoblade and Clubhouse. I really do think we're going to get 2, maybe 3 games by the end of this year. Like, I really think you're either going to get that Paper Mario that we've heard about for a long time, or the 2D Metroid, and the Mario Collection. Like, I think the Mario Collection is the one lock. That's going to be their holiday thing. They're going to need one against the new console there. I think the Mario Collection is a lock for their holiday title, but I wouldn't expect other than like another game or 2 from first party. Again, they still got stuff like Bravely Default 2, which again, I don't know if that's going to come out, and Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes, so, and they've got DLC for this stuff. So like I said, hey man, weird year. I've talked about this before, where 2018 for Nintendo was kind of similar to this, where all we really got in 2018, oh my god, that voice guy, was Mario Tennis Aces, Smash Ultimate at the end, which was massive, and Pokemon Let's Go, and Octopath Traveler. Those are the 4 notable ones. Now, obviously, we had a port of it. I think that was the year we got the Donkey Kong port, or was the year before that? I'm not sure, but we got a couple Wii U ports in there. So I do think, yeah, I think that's gonna be really it, bro. I really do think they're gonna, you know what? This is Mario's anniversary year. Let's just drop Mario Bros. 3D World Deluxe, and let's drop the Mario Collection. Boom, there's your year lineup, right? Because everything else seems to be affected, and it's not gonna be a great year for Nintendo. Again, I don't mind if it's quality over quantity, right? Because, hey man, if Xenoblade 2, Xenoblade 1, we know is going to be fantastic. We have like a framework to know. Animal Crossing is one of the most beloved games this year. If the Mario Collection's fantastic and they have another big game, hey man, I'll take quality over quantity any day. Again, not the best scenario, not the best year ever, but with a year, honestly, that's really big on PS5 and Xbox Series X and all that stuff, it's okay for the spotlight to shift a little bit to the others, and hopefully they'll come back even bigger swinging this year. Now, granted, again, if I get my Mario Collection, I'll give a fuck what happens, so I'll be good there. So yeah, I think that's mostly it for them. Again, like I said, biggest takeaways here, their software units continue to sell. Oh yeah, even we got some small numbers of like, what was it? It was Fire Emblem Three Houses is at 2.87 million. Ring Fit Adventure is at 2.7 million. It's just like Nintendo has 27 titles that have sold over 1 million that are exclusive. It's like the Switch is an absolute monster that cannot be stopped now. You know, and they also said another notable thing, the last one here, is that they said we are barely midway through Switch's life. So basically, I'm expecting this thing to run for about another 3 to 4 years. I think 4 years is the cap. Like, I think 4 years from now, we will know what the next console is, and it might be releasing or coming soon, right? So that's going to be a big deal. That means I am expecting a Pro model to launch next year or the year before that. I think that makes the most sense in there. So yeah, that's it. That's all for this report. What do you guys think? Do you guys own a lot of these games? What do you think Nintendo's realistic lineup for the rest of the year is? Is it going to be good? Is it just going to be mainly the DLC stuff? Who knows? We will see. And that's it. That's all. So thank you all for watching. I love you. Peace out. Have a good